What up, what up, what up? It's me again. Okay, I know I haven't made a video in a while that was like an actual me talking and everything. The last one I updated was like a little vlog. That's going to be going on for a little bit. I'm going to do mostly when I'm in school. The girl that was in me was my best friend. Her name's China. She's going to be in those because, you know, she's like in basically every class I have other than one, which is third period. That's history. But that's okay. So, I'm going to vlog a little bit at lunch when we're going to some classes. Some classes are actually fun to do because, like, yeah, whatever. And so, this is, if you saw by the title, it's going to be a crazy story. It's sort of like a happen in your dreams kind of story. I'm not going to use actual names for this one. Well, some people I can't talk today. Some people I am, but some people I'm not, because that will remain a secret. So, basically, one of my best friends got asked out. And by that, I mean, I call her French fry, but, you know, China, she got asked out. She was in the vlog. So, she's the one who got asked out, and I was sort of in this. It all started when, like, we're going to call him C. That's the first letter of his name, just telling you. I'm on FaceTime with her right now, and she's laughing at me. Okay, so we're going to call him C. So C, actually passed me a note, right? So, I read it. It said, "You're going to hate me." I was like, "What am I going to hate you for?" I said, "Why? What did you do?" He's like, "I'm about to do something." I was like, "What you about to do?" He's about to ask somebody out. I was like, "Who you going to ask out?" So then he was all like, "Your best friend." So I was all like, "My best friend. My best friend." So, like, I started getting all, like, smiling and stuff because, you know, my best friend's about to get asked out. So, he made me promise not to tell anyone. You know, I got a big mouth. So, you know, it was hard to keep it from her because she's my best friend and everything. So she was, like, you know, trying to figure stuff out. And so at the end of class, I was like, "Do it now. Like, ask her out now." Because, like, I can't keep it all day. But, so we were leaving, and, you know, she knows when I'm lying. So, like, I had to run away from her. And we were in English, so that's first and second period. So, you know, we're going to third period, which I do not have with her. So, like, I was running to get away from her. So, like, I was, like, she was behind me walking down the steps because we were coming from the 8th grade hallway. We're 6th graders, so, you know, we got to go downstairs. So, like, this is upstairs and, like, down the steps. So, I was going to 6th period. I had to pass a corner to get to my class, and, you know, she went straight down one corner. I went even further and down that corner. So, I was running from her down the steps because, you know, it's hard to keep a secret from her because, you know, she's my best friend and all. So, I ran, and she was like, "Victoria," and everything. I was like, "Bye." So, like, I was running, so I finally got to class and everything. So, we went to lunch. Lunch is after third period. She doesn't have lunch with me. I have lunch with some other of my friends. So, she sits as close as she can to this C person, because that's where she has to sit, and that's where he sits. So, she's looking like Superman and everything. So, she texts me, and she's like, "I'm not talking to you." I'm like, "Why?" And, like, I have the text messages, so I'm not going to read them out. Like, this is just how basically it went. She's like, I'm not talking to you." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "I'm mad at you." I was like, "Why are you mad at me?" She's like, "You're not telling me something." I'm just like, "It's a secret." So I couldn't tell her. I was like the only one who knew. The only one who knew that he was asking somebody out. And who it was. So I was, like, really excited because I knew something was about to happen to her. And I was like, I couldn't tell her, though. So, lunch was finally over. And, like, she's in my 4th period class. And so, you know, I kind of knew she was probably not going to talk to me because, you know, when she said something, she sticks with it. And we've been in, like, semi-fights before, but, like, this wasn't a fight. It was just something, like, I couldn't tell her, and, like, she was, like, all mad a little bit about it. So, it's never been to the point where she wouldn't talk to me, but literally this was the time she would not talk to me at all. I went to go get my binder. I sat back down on my seat. She walks in, right? She usually says hey or something, but she's like, "I'm mad at you." And I'm just like, "Okay, girl, whatever." Like, I couldn't stop smiling. And I was like, she'll get over it soon. Like, I was just sitting there in science. I was like, she gonna get over it soon somehow. Like, she fine. She'll be she'll probably be talking to me about probably math or something, health, maybe, because we gotta sit next to each other in health, She don't have to talk to me, because she ain't gonna be quiet all day. Like, that's not how it's gonna go. So, basically, she leaves with me to go to math, because math is our 5th and 6th period, and right now we're in 4th. So, like, she usually leaves with me to go, because, we have the same math teacher. So, I go put my stuff up, but she's usually waiting for me. No, she mad at me, so she just gonna leave without me. I'm just like, man, is it like a day you trying to act like you're not here, and, like, I have to walk up by myself? Like, that's not gonna happen. So, this girl gonna get in line to go to math, and I'm gonna have to be all alone at the back. She'll be all the way in the front. I'm just like, girl, I know we best friends, so why you trying to ignore me? Like, like, she's sitting on right here on my phone right now, like, on FaceTime, trying to, like, laugh at me. Like, she knows she did something mean, but whatever. So, oh, it's cold in here. I'm getting my jacket. Never mind, I ain't gonna put my jacket on. So, this girl gonna look so mad at me. I already had a headache, my stomach was hurting and everything. We usually make promises to each other at the beginning of the day and tag and stuff, to not leave early, which, if we keep that, we cannot leave early. So, like, I didn't want to go to the nurse, but my friend R, he was like, he was like, I would feel if your forehead's hot, but that would be weird. So I was like, yeah, I know. Like, I can't feel it myself, because, like, you can't feel if your forehead's hot for yourself, because you think it's hot. So then I was all like, okay, I'm not feeling well. So I was like, okay. He's like, just go to the nurse. I was like, I can't, because I promised her that I wouldn't go. Then I was like, she's mad at me, but still, I'm not going to go, because, like, I don't want her to call my mom. You have to go home early. So, I really didn't want to go. So so basically, I went, because he finally convinced me. So I went to her in 6th period. I came back, took some medicine. So, she's just sitting here. She's like, where were you? And I was like, I was at a nurse, whatever, I wanted to feel better. I had a headache, blah, blah, blah. It never went away, just to let you know. I still partially have a headache. So rude. I know, the medicine did not work. So later on, she finally talked to me in health, which was our next period, 7th period, or whatever. So, finally we get to talking, and then, we usually play around and everything. Like, she chokes me and everything. So, like, she gonna fake choke me. And, like, you better tell me who it is. So, I finally gave her some hints. I was like, it has a C in it, and it has an N in it. Not a C. I said it has an A and an N in her name. It's a 5-letter name, and her name's Chyna, so Chyna. So, I'm like, okay, well, she might think it's her. So, you know what I gotta do? I gotta pretend like there's an L in this girl's name. So, I said, it also has an L in her name. So, I was like, okay, I got her. She ain't gonna be able to, she won't think it's her. Secretly in her head, she was thinking it was her, But she didn't tell me. So, then we were going to 8th period, which was our last class of the day, which is choir. And so, like, he's right next to us. Like, his class is right next to us, because he has art. So, then I was like, you better tell her. I was like, C. Sorry, I was about to say his name. I was like, C. Tell her. She was like, who? So she's like, if you don't tell me by 3 o'clock, I'm not FaceTiming you after school today. I was like, okay, whatever, you're not going to find out. And then so she got all mad. She's like, it's 3 o'clock. I was like, looks like you're not FaceTiming today. So, and then she got all mad. She was like so angry. She had that mean look on her face. So finally, 8th period was over. I was like, Christian, well, now you know his name. Christian, tell her. So then he went to her. I was like, I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her, Christian. I'm going to tell her. So finally, I say, you know what? Like, when I'm saying I'm going to tell her, she's all, like, over there, like, who you gonna tell? And then I'm just like, the girl he likes? It's you. You're the one he's asking out. And I was like, boom, left the building. So, her dad was there waiting on her, right? So, he was walking towards us, right? So, her dad gonna come over here. She gonna start walking to her dad Her dad scared him off. He was about to ask her out, like, for real. So then he was like, boom, like, I gotta run away, like, it's her dad, I gotta go. So then, next day, finally asked her out during 8th period, held up a sign that says, will you? I busted, like, I started crying. I fell out my chair, I started crying, and then, like, it was so emotional. Like, that's the kind of thing that happens in dreams, you know? Well, so that's my crazy story that happened on Friday, actually. So I hope you like this video. Nate's channel. Comment down below, like, subscribe to my channel. Please tell me if you had anything like this happen to you before. All right. Peace. Forgot to add something. Shout out to my choir teacher, Mr. Stump. You know, he's the one who inspired me to do this video. He wanted me to do a video. His class is awesome. I love it. We get to sing. I really love singing. So, you know, hey, Mr. Stump, how you doing? Like my video. Alright, that's the last thing. Alright, peace. Bye. See you in the future. I'm going to probably make some more videos tonight, so stay tuned for that. Bye.